Hello and welcome, everyone. I am John. I appreciate you stopping by. I hope you're having a great day. Today, I have a subject that's very near and dear to my heart, and I can't wait to share it with you. So let's just jump right into it. Today, I want to talk about how to save $1,000. And the reason why this is important to me is because last year I was laid off due to COVID 19. That was in June. And I wasn't rehired anywhere else until December. So I went 6 months with no income, but still managed to survive based off my savings that I had accumulated. And now I'm going to share with you the ways that I save and some of the tips I've come across from research. But before I do, if you would please make sure to smash that like button down below, hit the little bell that says subscribe. It really helps with the algorithm, and I would like to try to get it up to a 50 to maybe 100 likes for this video. When I first got into saving money, I had no idea where to start or how to do it. At the time, I was living paycheck to paycheck and did not really see a way of how to generate enough money to be able to save $1,000. So I did some research, and there's a lot of ideas out there. Some people tell you to sell some stuff, other people tell you to stop going to Starbucks. But ultimately, when it comes to saving money, it really breaks down to three main things. And the first one is the reason that you are saving money. You got to come up with a real good reason for the $1,000 savings. Now, Dave Ramsey will tell you you need the $1,000 emergency fund, which is a really good idea because life does happen and you never know when you're actually going to need $1,000, and you can't live credit card to credit card. If you have kids, kids get sick. You have a car, cars break down. Life happens. Having $1,000 just for life in general is a good thing. Other reasons you'll need $1,000 are going to be things like your bills. If you're saving up for something like a trip or anything like that, it's just nice to have this money saved up. So you got to have a really strong reason as to why you're saving up this money, and that's going to be your motivating factor. So once you have your reason, then you can really start developing the methods that you're going to use to save the money. And the main thing that comes across research, my experience, isn't the go make more money by selling all your stuff, cutting all your expenses, what have you. The first thing that you have to do is set a budget. You got to create your budget. You got to know how much money you're bringing in. You got to know where your money is going, because you're living paycheck to paycheck for a reason. Is it simply because it's all going to bills and nothing else? Are you spending it on frivolous things, going out to eat, shoes, clothes, things like that? You have to know where your money is. You got to develop a relationship with your money, create the budget. In the description down below, I will actually send a link to what I use from a company called NerdWallet on a budget. I built it out for me, and then once it created the spreadsheet, I just edited it from there, and it has been amazing. I highly recommend it. I'm not affiliated with them. I'll receive nothing if you use it, but I definitely say go to NerdWallet, create this budget, find out how much you're bringing in on your paychecks, how much is going out on your bills, and how much is going out on extraneous items. Once you have that down, then you can really figure out how you're going to save your money. And the best way you can do this is once you know where your money is going and the things that you can take out. Like for me, it was eating out. And that has been really hard for me, but to cut out. But after the last 6 months that happened last year, it got really easy. When you don't have the money to go out to eat, it's amazing how little you'll go out to eat, and you get really used to not going out to eat. Now, I do enjoy it. I will splurge every now and then. I am employed. I can make it happen, and I've got my money saved already. I got my emergency fund, And I'm now making it a repeatable process to get to where if, God forbid, the worst happens again, then I will be prepared and in a good situation. So, the number one thing, make a budget. Number two would be pay yourself first. What that means is how much can you set aside based off your budget that you can put into savings? And treat your savings account like a bill, like a car note, the electricity, the rent. It is just as important as those things because unless you prioritize your savings, it's just not going to happen. So you take your money and you move it into savings. Now, from here, you can determine how quickly that's going to happen. If you make a certain amount, maybe you can save $1,000 in a month. Maybe it'll take you multiple months. Regardless, get on the path to saving $1,000. And I will admit, the first $1,000 is absolutely the hardest to save because you're not used to it. I definitely wasn't. And once I did it, I started getting out of really bad habits and started developing good habits. And I'll share some of these good habits with you in another video. But right now, it's really about what you need to do for foundational work to get to $1,000. So, define your reason that you want to save $1,000. Write it down, put it on your refrigerator, make it a reminder, put it over your computer, whatever you have to do to say, this is the goal I want to accomplish. Don't just say it, have it in front of you so it's always a reminder to you of what you're trying to accomplish. Number two, set your budget. Know where your money is going because if you have no idea where you're going, you'll have no idea how, or should I say, if you don't know where you are, you're not going to know how to get to where you're going. Take like directions when you're driving. When you're using your Google Maps has to know where you are to tell you how to get to where you're going. So the same thing with budgets. Budgets is just like a map. So you have to know your current location and where you're going so you can figure out the best path to get there for yourself. Next, once you know how much you're bringing in, what your expenses are, and what's left over after expenses, now you can pay yourself. And I would say of all the bills, pay yourself first. You are the most important out of all of them because it's you. You're not replaceable. Everything else is replaceable. So pay you. And then make sure all your other bills are paid. But only pay yourself what you can afford to pay yourself. While you are the most important bill, the others have to get paid. So make sure that you can pay yourself, and you should be confident in what you can pay yourself with your budget. And then from there, we'll go into habits on the best ways to maintain and stay focused on your goal beyond just having it written down somewhere. But that is the foundational work to save $1,000. The top three tips I can give you. Determine your reason that you want to save. Have a budget. Pay yourself first. And from there, everything else is just extraneous ways to either add money or keep you emotionally involved in the process. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for listening. I hope it helped. Until the next time, I hope you all take care and have a good night.